Arliss, Gaming Bob, how you doing today? The stream's set up and ready to rock. It's a little time for some MTG stocks. Good morning, Arliss. Any new viewers out there? Be aware, ski with care. Today's Tuesday, it's February 7th. It's the little month, the smallest one of the year, the Valentine month. We got our cup of coffee locked and loaded, ready to go. How you doing this morning? Pat Boggs. Ooh, morning, Bob. How you doing? Oh, it was Monday. Did he get it done? There's more bacon in the stream. I couldn't agree with you more. It's a beauty day. If you've been joining us this week, I'll tell you, it does pack it to you. Leeches up 24 bucks. I mean, it's the card we talked about 2-3 weeks ago, maybe a couple of more. Malira's up. We got some stuff to discuss. We got folks in the house. We're going to tell a couple jokes. I had one to tell about pizza and a pasta, but it was too cheesy. So I'm not going to share that one with you here, folks, today. I want something a little more bacony for the stream. You know what I mean? Morning, folks. It's Brody. Happy to be here with you, folks, on another fine morning Magic Stocks with your host, Brody. We're hanging out at the stock desk with you, the fans of Magic the Gathering. Arliss, do you like tracking the prices of Magic cards? Is it fun? Do you enjoy it? Is there enough information out there, or is there too much information? Can you not find it all in one place? Let me do it for you. I'm doing it every morning here, Monday through Friday, with the amazing fans of Magic the Gathering who love the game as much as we do. Smash Jackson, Dusty Cully, Murray Cooper, Coin Palmer, Roy, Tyler Friesen, Tyler Harrison, Kyle Mears, and the MTG Moxman, the Earl of Drummer, the Freetreons, and the Patreons. Let's get ready to do this. It's Tuesday. It's February 7th. We're ready to roll. We got bacon in the pan. We got MTG Gaming Bob standing on deck. We can roll a couple of warm-ups for you folks today just to get you mood started. Is that what we need to do? It is. We got a cup of coffee. Where have you got Brody this morning? Have you got me dragging from the bumper of the car? Is it snowy where you are? Can you hear me clearer? Have you got me hanging from the rear view mirror? Have you lost me? Have you got me on the kitchen counter making coffee? Where are you at this morning? Wherever it be, spirits in human form, thank you for taking me with you. You are the amazing fans of Magic the Gathering. Couldn't do the show without you. Let's do it. We're going to take a look at a couple of Magic the Gathering cards generated by the AI bot. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Little morning Magic Stocks. I'm Brody. We're gonna bring you a couple of good cards.
That's my motto. I may just quit my job at the power plant and become a full-time stock market guy.
That's right.
Buy low, sell high. That's my motto. I may just quit my job at the power plant and become a full-time stock market guy.
Because once is never enough, let's check out the Samite Snapper. Samite Snapper is an Elder Dragon. It's a 5/5. I love 5/5s this morning. We need some more 5/5s in the game. There was never enough to begin with. Remember when the day of a 5/5 was something to be admonished? Wow, a Juzum de Shin, a Balduvian Hordes, a Chivon Dragon. But now 5/5s, they just, you get 5/5 for 1 mana, it seems. Nice. You gotta head to the school. Off to take the kids to the party. Nice, nice. Enjoy safe adventures. Be out there. There are so many cards, but don't worry, Brody's got you covered. You can stop by anytime. Samite Snapper, all we got to do is let's talk about this card. We're going to have a little sip of coffee, quick sip. First one in the morning. I'm going to enjoy it with you, folks. It's going to be a goodie. Bob, here's to you, man. Arliss, thanks for joining. Hit that notification bell, the brodification bell, the subscribe, the like, and thanks for your comments. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that we're watching. Samite Snapper. If there's any gibberish on the card, we fail it. It has no place on this show. This is an important show. This is a very factual show, a show packed full of important things. We got no time for gibberish. As you can see, I talk very fast. Got a lot of information here to cover, and I don't want to miss anything. So if there's any gibberish on the card, we fail it. Straight up, no questions asked. If it's okay, you can give me a thumbs up in the comment section below. If you think it's okay, just put okay, K, yes, yo, bro, yeah, man, you betcha, thumbs up. That card's awesome, anything like that. If you like this card, if you don't, if there's any gibberish, we're just gonna fail it and move on. Hopefully, we can find something we like. The Samite Snapper, 5/5, 2 white and 5. Oh, sucker is expensive. You get a 5/5 Elder Dragon. Why has it got the Planeswalker ability? Does it +1? Yeah, +1 until your next turn. Whenever an artifact you control attacks, you may create a 1/1 human white soldier creature token for each oof of its colors. It was crafted by man and forged by 1,000 souls, all with hands full of secrets. Disgusting. This card's got a +1 on it. Can we even do that? I don't know. Is it? I think we got to pass. We can't pass this. I don't think we can pass this. It's got a +1 on it. Doesn't even make sense. Let's get it out of here. It's got to go. No place in the deck for this card. The art on it's kind of interesting. It's got like some old person face on it, maybe. Not as old as Brody, right? And then there's like some leaves and a dragon's looking eye. There's also like a recurring face in here. Yeah, nifty doodle. All right. Well, I'm sorry to show you that, folks. It's just too bad. Robo Rosewater, what have you got for us here this morning? Really? The Samite Snapper, can you do better than that? Oh, right, the planes. Art Deco. Little Art Deco planes. I love this planes. It's a beauty. Look at the cacti. That's right, I said it. The pearl of cacti is cactuses. What's anybody here from New Jersey? You catch the hockey game last night? No? I think we got to give this a pass. All the planes are generally good. This one's a little bit of maybe Arizona, maybe down in the Sahara Desert, maybe in Nevada. It's a pretty plains. I like it. Let's give it a pass. Soothe your eyes and see this plains. It's a good one. I think it's just fine. The plains, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the basic plains. What a beauty. Thanks for joining us here this morning, Arliss. Bringing us to this folk. Here, Ritual of the Firebearer. Enchantment Aura? What do you say? A red and 3, this sucker, get it into your deck. Enchant creature has protection from enchantments. Except this would destroy itself. It needs to say that. This enchantment does not destroy itself. Can we pass this, Bob? What do you think? Can we have an enchantment that says this creature has a protection from enchantments? The art on it is incredible. Talk about a 6-pack. Somebody's either really hungry or needs to work out just a touch, a little more. We got some abs going on. The ab roller is working. 1 red and 3, Ritual of the Firebearer. Let me know what you think. I can't decide. Can you give a creature protection from enchantments without destroying the enchantment itself? I don't think so. I think that's how it works. I got to give it a fail too. Man. AI is really, I was thinking, you could just about call anything AI now, and people would lap that up. Like it's like the new buzzword, isn't it? Isn't that what it's getting to? AI is the new buzzword. Like let me give you a couple of examples. We get anybody here use Excel, like the spreadsheet tracker, right? So let's say anybody use Excel in the house. So if you're using Excel and you've got like a macro, like the auto sum function, is that AI now? Because it seems like just about everything on the internet is now advertised as AI. Don't fall for it. It's not sure. No, New Jersey. Yeah, there's a lot of cards, right? New Jersey or New Kingdom of Skullbonia into Brody. Yeah, so everything's AI, right? We're checking out some of these cards here on the show. We're giving them a pass or a fail. What do you know? Do you like tracking the prices of Magic cards? Is it too much work? There's a lot of information out there, and some of the websites are broken. We like to check articles and what people write about, but do your own research always. A disclaimer, and a big lion tamer. Brody wants to let you know, always do your own research, folks. I can't stress that enough. We want to make some money, right? Yeah, we do. We want to get that funny money. That's what we're making. Funny money. The money that relates to fun as it comes into your Magic the Gathering collection. Build the fun in your collection. You know what's fun is like when a card like Leeches goes to $25 and Twiddler's sitting on 10 copies that he bought for $4 because it was on the bottom 10 and nobody cared about it. Now it's 25, and if you want to play a copy, it's a whole lot of fun to play that Leeches for $4 that you picked up rather than the $25 copy. Ask me. I know what it feels like. I'm sitting on a couple overpriced copies of Counterbalance that I'm trying to get rid of at the moment, but that's okay. Have no fear. Brody's here. We're at the stock test. Check this out. Can we pass or fail this? Bob, please let me know. This is terrible. An enchantment that destroys itself. Does it just destroy itself? I think it just kills itself. Kill myself enchantment, right? It can't be an enchantment. This card gives creature protection from enchantments. Can't have it. It's got to go. I'm failing it right now. See, most people don't think I know Magic cards. Like they're like, Brody's just a fake. He's some guy. He threw on a cowboy hat one morning and started talking about these cards. He probably just bought his first booster pack just a day ago, but no. I guess 6-digit DCI number. I've been at it for a little while since 1994 and revised. Took a break after Visions and stepped back into the game a number of years ago. So we're here, and like I see these reoccurring things happening over and over again, and I don't know what to tell you guys. It's a whole lot of fun on my end, but it just gets really boring. It gets really boring having all this fun without anybody to share it with. So what do we got next? AI is the new human. Right? Let's check out this ethereal vision. It'd be more believable if it was an ethereal scent or something like that, but nevertheless, it's a Demir card. It's got some cloaky avatar cartoonable creature on there. Enchant Swamp. Sacrifice ethereal visionary draw card. 4 and tap it, sacrifice ethereal visionary, create a 5/5 red and green Snape artifact creature token. The Snape is back. Anybody been snaping lately? This only goes on a swamp. It's a enchantment card. It's 2 colors. It's Demir. You could sack it to draw a card. I mean, you could put, I don't know. Why would you? It's a decent card. Like it absolutely works. It's just not very good. That's all. I think we could pass this card. Let's do it. Let's give it a little bit of a pass here this morning. We got to give one. Gotta give one. Like, let's give it a dinger, eh? Got a dinger? Let's give it a dinger. All right. I mean, the thing showed up to class. We can't just mark the thing late and move on. Timmy, bringing us to the Glass of Ideas. I think we left off here last time. Glass of Ideas is bad card. It's 1 green and 1. And look at how powerful this sucker is. This is going to break you. Sorry I missed you. I'm trekking home from the car. That's all right. Okay, each opponent may sacrifice their library for an artifact card, put that card onto the battlefield, and shuffle. It's a tutor for green, except each opponent gets to do it. You don't get to do it. It's one green and one. It's absolutely broken. You don't want to play it. It's bad. It's too powerful. We had it last time. That's where we left off. It's got to go. It's no good. Did you like that? Are you ready to take a look at some stocks now? Are you ready to check the price of Hasbro stock with me, folks, this morning on February 7th? It's a good time. We're going to see if we got any more articles from the stock desk. So we got something. We got something. Let's check it out here. Okay, Arliss. Arliss bounce. What did I do? Boo Bob. Boo Bob. I don't know. All right, Bob. I got a nice article for you this morning, buddy. I do. Let's take a quick look at the Hasbro stock here this morning. 60 what? Let's take a quick look here. $63.25. I feel like Toll Booth Willie every time I say that. Here we go. Folks, Tom Mitchell's in the house. How you doing, Tom? Glad to have you here this morning. Now we can start the show. We got Tom. Tom's here. Happy February 7th. February 7th. Where does this rue come from? February. Ugh. All right, we're going to be ruing all month, I guess it is. Price of Hasbro stock is up at just a touch. It is. I got a mod Bob. Mod Bob. Why is Bob not mod? Oh, because he's with his new shoes. His new kazoo. Bob. All right. Hasbro. I suppose I sound like Toll Booth Willie every time I say it. $63.25 for price of Hasbro stock. We've staked our claim. We staked our hill. We're sitting here. We're not moving. We're not moving until something happens. If you take a look at the chart here with me, folks, just for a minute, this thing's been trending up steadily since 2008, since the acquisition time. Like, this is where all the shareholders were getting on board. They're like, ah, woo, Hasbro, this is the stock to own. Oh yeah, that's what we want. We want some serious Hasbro stock. It's good. We got all the brands. We got Parker. We got, like, this ain't no Parker Brothers or Mattel. This is Hasbro, right? We acquired some serious brands and printing cards like they're going on the crazy. Of course, we had a little bit of a panic here and saw just a touchy bit of a slowdown. Right about here, down to this 2000. I gotta get my black pen. That's way better. This 2020 support level here of like $49.55. Good morning, sunshine's on. So if we see a bad earnings report, there's a lot of folks that think we're going to maybe see a break to the downside and bust through this level of support here, this lower level of support at $49 to $59. So let's see what's going to happen. Here in the next couple of months. Once February 16th hits, we're going to see the earnings happen, and we're going to see if we get below that support level. Brody, let me check some comments here. Let me check some comments. Brody, do you think Arc Fiend of Despair? What do I think about Arc Fiend of Despair? It's disparaging, Tom. That's what I think. Do I think Arc Arc Fiend of Despair is ripe for a reprint, or is that card a hold right now? Interesting. That's a ooh. Tom, you ask a good question. Let me take a look. I might not be the man to ask, but we can take a look at it together. Let me see. Arc Fiend of Descent. Is it prime for a reprint? I don't know. Morning, Tom. Glad you're here today. Just adjusting the comment bar here this morning. Brody is such an amateur at times. Holy smokes. Did you even top 8, Brody? No. Arc Fiend of Despair. We can look at it. Let's take a little look at that. But first, I got something for you folks. I got something for you folks here. It's called Big Thangs, baby. Oh, yes. The Big Thangs are here. We got a couple of big thangs for you folks. Check it out. I'm going to talk about some foil multipliers here this morning. How about that? And we're going to take a look at Arc Fiend of Descent. Why not? Brody's in the house. It's Tom Mitchell. Here's an article from the Stock Desk. Let's read it. We got Harvey McGinnis bringing us another article from the Stock Desk. We appreciate Harvey as always. Thanks again for giving us something for the viewers. Let's check this out. This week on Big Thangs, Harvey's looking at how the price multipliers for foils has changed over the years. Before we do that, let's look at the Arc Fiend of Despair. Arc Fiend of Despair. Depravity. There's all kinds of Arc Fiends. Is this sucker prime for a reprint? Battle Bond. Demon. Okay, it's a 6/6. I mean, what's the card? Liliana's Contract? That's a card, okay? People don't think it is, but it's a game-winning card. Your opponents can't gain life at the beginning of each end step. Each opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn. Damage causes life. This is a sick demon card. $53 from Battle Bond? Ouch, man. This is an expensive card. Printing in foil is $118. Gosh. I'd say it's prime for a reprint. It's only had one, Tom. What do you think, Bob? If you're worried about any card losing value, you might want to consider selling them. Yeah, it's a good point. Like, are you waiting to pick it up? I guess it depends. Where are you? That's a good question. Like, I sort of think the same thing with certain cards. I look at them if I really want to get it. I mean, it sounds to me like somebody wants to get a copy of that Arc Fiend. And why wouldn't you? But you're like, do I want to buy this now for $50 and feel bad later when it gets reprinted and it's only worth, it's been downshifted to uncommon and it's only worth a couple of cents, right? So I'd say wait. If you can wait, it's a lot of things to do about patience in this game. Like I said earlier, I'm sitting on 2 foil copies of the Counterbalance. I bought these like when they were at the peak of the market, and now it's just now, like 4 years later, 5 years later, that I can kind of get out of them what I bought into them for. So just wait, give it time. Eventually, you'll see a reprint. It's like the fetch lands and the shock lands. Sometimes you just gotta wait to get your hands on those. But this week on Big Things, we're going to look at some foil multipliers on some of these big cards and how it's changed over the years. I love these articles. For premium printings of the cards that have existed since the majority of Magic's history making their set debut in 1999 with a review of Urza's Legacy, their inception, foil cards have commanded a high premium. Not all foil cards or treatments have been equally marketed, however. The understanding and shifting demand for foils from all periods is going to continue to be an important part of Magic finance as we move forward into prices. Let's start off by looking at some historical price evidence from 2 initial waves of foils. Okay, we got the pre-modern, printed between Urza's Legacy and 8th edition, and modern foils. Those are printed from 8th edition onward. All right, as a bit of a disclaimer before we're going to go through this article, it's important to note that pre-modern foils include some of the heavy hitters and their release coinciding with the phasing out of periodic additions to the reserve list. Okay, so there are some ties to the reserve list on some of these older foils. Nevertheless, pre-modern gives us Grim Bowie. The Grim Bowie, Grim Monolith. For a pre-modern case study, returning to Legacy, the poster child of the set is Grim Monolith. It's on the reserve list. It packs a colossal market fortune. It's nearly 2,000 $280 at the time of writing this. All right, neat. Happy to say I do have a foil copy of the Grim Monolith. Yes, I do. That being said, the card has only had a foil price multiplier of 8.6. Now, that doesn't mean anything to you. Like, what's the foil price multiplier? So, different cards have different foil price multipliers, as they're called. So, it's a number, and it could be a decimal point. It doesn't necessarily have to be a round number or a whole number. It could be, any number times the non-foil version of the card. Now, some people, a good example of that is like Goblin Welder. I think the multiplier is huge. Like it's a case, or Crop Rotation. That's another card where the foil multiplier is out of this world. So when we're talking about foil multiplier, we're talking about the ratio between that card in non-foil versus the foil. How many times more expensive the price is? All right. For those of you new to Magic, because I know there's a few of you folks tuning in because you're awesome and you love the game as much as we do. So you're here to discuss the card prices of Magic cards. So foil multiplier for Grim Boy is $6, 8.62. Okay, that's what you take the non-foil price and times it by 8.5, and it gives you the foil price. It's significantly lower than the mean foil price multiplier, meaning like what the average multiplier is for most cards, which is 12. Okay. Purify and Second Chance were excluded from this calculation as neither card currently has a foil market price. Second Chance is a card from Legacy as well. We have it in foil here, and Purify, which is also a 7th edition. And the 7th edition stuff, if Stefan's tuning in a little bit later on the replay, there's some odd, if you follow Tavis, and any of the folks who deal in odd printings or rare printings, the foil 7th edition is some of the most insane foil multipliers that you'll ever see. This points to an interesting trend seen throughout the pre-modern period for foils, meaning that the foil price multiplier across a set is uniformly high. It's generally stable across the whole set, even with rather inexpensive cards demanding significant percentage premiums for their foil counterparts, but nevertheless exists a ceiling in terms of absolute value which the market is willing to assign to any one individual card. Grim Monolith serves as an example card for this. It's played wildly and commands a high demand, but not mustered the strength to break beyond the broader limitations of the price assigned to cards printed outside the first tier reserve list staples. See this article here where we break down the tier system for further context. No matter the price of the base printing, $2,000 is a lot of money to pay for a card. You're not wrong, Harvey. We've got another article here from Harvey. It's one we covered already. We're not going to read it. We're just going to carry on, but we will circle back to that article when we're done here. Okay? So the first card, what have we talked about here? As far as Harvey is concerned, in this article, he's saying that generally the foil multiplier is pretty consistent across a whole set as a whole, but there are like outliers. There are cards that are just going to be insanely expensive, like Crop Rotation and a few others that you have to exclude. So depending on the set, the foil multiplier may change. And that brings us to this card here, Chrome Mox from Mirrodin block. Similar to Urza's Legacy, Mirrodins also experience a trend where the foil price multiplier for cards throughout the set decreases as the base price of the card in question increases, meaning the higher the non-foil version goes, the foil multiplier goes down, right? So the cheaper the card, the higher the foil multiplier. Chrome Mox is, for example, is the most expensive card in the whole set of Mirrodin. Both foil and non-foil versions with a price multiplier of 2.4. So the foil is 2.4 times more than the non-foil, which is comparatively a lot lower to the Urza's block. But compare this to the mean foil price multiplier of Mirrodin of 4.3, and it begins to become clear that for foil cards having certainly been popular for their inception, nonetheless, it remains upper bound to which is the special treatment that can increase the dollar value of a card. While cards which are desirable due to their function have the greatest absolute value premium, means that power level matters over treatments. It is actually those frequently forgotten cards which have the greatest percentage shift across their versions. At least this used to be the case. As we'll see in this next set, the current Booster Fun project may have succeeded in reversing this trend, though not without consequence. So, Project Booster Fun was a moniker that Mark Rosewater referred to in an article that he wrote. If you don't know uh what Harvey's talking about here, there was an article here in 2019 called Project Booster Fund. Okay, this is what he's talking about. This article from Mark Rosewater. From 2019, it says Project Booster Fund. So Mark writes an article here, and I can put a link in the comment section below. It's called Making Project Booster Fund. So you guys gotta figure that this is a big ship with Wizards of the Coast. And like when somebody writes an article about something or puts it on Blogatog or whatever they do with it, it's not like it's gonna happen tomorrow. Okay. It's a big ship. It's hard to steer. It doesn't always work that when somebody says something one day, it happens the next. But you can almost guarantee, and I don't use that word I always use that G word very loosely here, but you can always say if somebody writes an article like this talking about Project Booster Fun and what it is they're doing new, and the new type of approach that Wizards is going to be taking to treatments and cards going forward into the future, and how that affects the market price and the foil multipliers across sets for different treatments. So now you have to have a different multiplier for each treatment, and it makes it almost impossible to track the prices of cards the conventional way. So if you're wondering what Harvey's talking about here, that's what he's talking about. And I left a link in the comment section if you folks want to check out the article on Project Booster Fund a little later. But here we go. Due to their functions, certain cards have the most premium value, and it's actually the case for frequently forgot cards, which have the greatest shift across versions. At least it used to be the case, and we'll see this next set in the current Booster Fun project may have succeeded in reversing this trend, though not without consequences. So that's the statement that Harvey's thrown in here, that he's seeing that this total trend in Magic cards across all sets may just change coming forward in the future. Looking forward and the present day, we see the Great Henge as a card from Eldraine that saw an amazing shift in green metagame, and it's an amazing card that has an awesome treatment in the showcase foil. And a bit of background before we get into what's going on here. Booster Fun, all right. How has this affected the price of the? How has Booster Fun and cards like Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, being printed in the Masterpiece series and going forward with this mentality of Project Booster Fund? How is this affecting pricing? Well, the short answer is that it's crashed the price multiplier for traditional foils. Yes, a handful of specialty treatments have been able to retain a substantial premium between their foil and non-foil counterparts, but this has come at a cost of the rest of the printed card pool. Looking at Throne of Eldraine, here you go. When Project Booster Fund was started and its most expensive card, the Great Henge, the immediate ramifications of extra treatments was astonishing. The base printing of the Great Henge has a foil multiplier of 1.2 compared to a mean foil multiplier for the whole set of 1.3. What this shows is not only that has the overall price of foils collapsed in comparison to their non-folding foil printings, but so too has flattened the premium distribution. Each foil card has been brought closer to that of the non-foil counterpart. I start seeing that when I'm buy listing and I'm looking at cards that are, You'd think there would be a bigger spread on the foil treatments, and it's just aggravating because you're putting cards onto a buy list and you're like, oh, look at this card. It pops up on a site somewhere or some radar, and you go, hey, this card is actually worth a couple of bucks. And then you look at the version that you have, and it's one of six. And the disparity between them is just insane, how it makes no sense. So what this shows is not only has the overall price of foils collapsed in comparison to their non-foil printings, but it's also this collapse that flattened the premium distribution. Each foil card price has been brought closer to the counterpart of non-foils. Project Booster Fun, with an explosion in the supply of foils and a shift dramatic enough in and of itself to suppress foil prices simply by crowding out demand. Beyond this shift in number of foils, is also important to address the quality of the foils. Like, players and collectors alike have been moaned and warping the effects of foils in the recent years, with some foil curling conditions even being so severe as to make cards unplayable during tournament settings. This diminishing demand for foils that are not playworthy coincided with an oversaturation of supply. So Wizards printing more foils, more versions of foils, not getting any better, folks, and saturating the market, collapsing prices to the new and present era. Now, these issues have a longer history beyond that Project Booster Fun. So if you're interested in this demand side question of foils and playability and spikes, you can ask Harvey. Now you can put a comment in the comment section below. Thanks. To the conclusion here, Harvey McGinnis. Overall, there's two important trends to recognize over the course of Magic's history when we're talking about premium printings. The first, something primarily limited to the pre-modern and modern foil eras, is that the multiplier of a card is not a one-to-one correlation with that of the non-foil price. A doubling of Grim Monolith's market price won't necessarily double the foil market price, so it's important to keep an eye on the overall driving economic pressures at the time, not just the base demand for the card. This is the opposite case for present-day foils, however, as the collapse in the mean price foil multiplier means that the traditional foil prices shift along with the non-foil demand. With an eye on the prices of everything in the future, it seems to be the best treat present-day foils akin to that they are non-foil counterparts, while modern pre-modern foils require so much closer inspection. Thanks, Harvey, for bringing us this article here today. Ed, Mr. Dual Brain, is in the house here today. You are here, the maniacs and the dual brainiacs in the house. Who's that? Just my eyes deceive me. Good morning, Ed. Thanks for joining us here on the Stock Desk. We're discussing foil cards, foil multipliers, foil premiums, and how those are not necessarily a one-to-one. So, like, we've talked about Grim Monolith, we're talking about the Great Henge, and we're also talking about Chrome Mox, and how a doubling in a card's non-foil version doesn't necessarily mean the doubling in the foil version, which it's all to do with a multiplier. Hit the like button, folks. Hit the notification bell so we can continue to be live as hell here on the channel every morning, bringing you the prices of Magic cards. You like checking the price of Magic cards? Shout out to Murray Cooper for getting me this mug. I appreciate you. If you don't like checking the prices of Magic cards, if there's too many hiccups, if there's too much information out there that's just confusing, let me do it for you. I'm here every morning on the show, Monday to Friday, discussing the prices of Magic the Gathering cards. We got the fans, the friends, the family, all the folks who love the game as much as we do, hanging out this morning. The Brain, what you got to say for me, my man, Mr. Brain? Let's check out the chat. I recorded the same subject this weekend. Foil multipliers fall apart with extremely high grades. That's a good point. So now you've got standard foil multipliers, right? You've got the non-foil version, and then you've got like 5 different foil versions. Now they all need to do multipliers. Now take that to the upper echelon. Let's talk about like a PSA 10 or a BGS 9.5 grim monolith in comparison to a non-graded one. So if you folks want to, foil multipliers are a good guide for near mint and lower, but mint and BGS 9.5s, the multiplier gets crazy. So if you guys want an in-depth look at foil multipliers and slab cards and how that affects the card prices, I would suggest checking out the Dual Brain channel. It sounds like Brody's over the target again here this morning. We are. The friggin' cops are gonna break down the door here any minute, but you know what? I'm not afraid. It's fine. They don't scare me. Ah, if you want a little more in-depth subject from the thinkingest man of the game in Magic the Gathering, when it comes to foil multipliers, I'd head over to the Dual Brain channel. The guy's got slab cards for days, and it's a good source. We share information, and I'm always talking to Ed. Richie Dubs, is that you? I thought that was John Favreau in the comments section. Hey, Richie Dubs, gonna take a week or so to get up. Yeah, yeah, no, I appreciate it. Uh, it's something to look forward. If you haven't gone over there and hit the like button, hit the notification bell over at the Dual Brain channel. We're running the movers and the shakers list here this morning. We're gonna get ready to run that list. Now, before we get started with this list, I mean there are some pitfalls to tracking the prices of magic cards, and we're going to see that here in a minute when you take a look at the movers and the shakers list. Disclaimer, and a big lion tamer. It doesn't have a list for commander cards, but no matter what we pick here this morning, it's going to show us cards that are legal in that set, whether it be Pioneer, Legacy, Vintage, all the sets in general, or the newest set. But it's if there's a card in there that's strictly for commander, when we check out the decks using it, it's going to give us a bunch of commander decks. Now, commander seems to be it's viral. It's all over every format in modern. There are commander cards in absolutely every format. But there's also a few nuggets hidden in there, and that's where we come in. There's old school cards that are hidden in there. There's gameplay and metagame that's connected in there, and it depends what deck types and archetypes have been top aiding over the weekend, which is going to drive the price of modern cards. So I really do want to hear from you. Where are we going to go? Ed, let's check this out. Let's run it. Let's pick something here, folks. We got to run some lists. I'm Brody. It's just past the hour here this morning. We're going to be checking the price of magic cards. Twiddler's in the house. Want to do the modern list? We haven't done it yet this week. Twiddler's in the house. How you just before we do, let's just to take a let's look at the Leeches card just for Twiddler since he just arrived. $20.80. It was higher. It was 25. This card off the bottom 10, off the bottom 10 reserved list cards, making waves. A card that Mark Rosewater actually says never should have been printed. Here's looking at you, Twiddler. $20. Thanks for stopping in. We're going to be running this modern list here this morning. Winner, chicken dinner. Is there anything here that you folks have your eye on? Endurance looks good. I don't have it. I'd like to get a copy for myself. But nevertheless, there's a couple of things on the list here this morning that just, oh, all right. We're going to be on just half past the hour here this morning, folks. Let's do this list. The movers and the shakers. We see Endurance up 7% from Modern Horizons 2 once again. A green card. I like this. You know, this play sees play even in Legacy. It's blooming $40.74, my man. Yeah, it's got flash, it's got reach. If you look at it, it's an elemental incarnation. And it's got interesting art on it. It's got some glowy little sprites in there. Why do we like this card? Well, it's $40. It's going to see a reprint anytime soon, I would say. But for the time being, it's going to command this $40 price point. If you can open Modern Horizons 2, it's a set that's worth opening. It really is. I say I like to open like a pack here and there. Like, you know, uh, I don't know if I like how many packs of Modern Horizon. This is where I look at it. If you're looking for this endurance card, I get it, $40. But like Modern Horizons 2 is such a good set. You could almost like do better. But so is it worth the $40? I'm waiting on it. Maybe I can see if it's going to get a reprint, just like that Despair, Demon of Despair. But this card is legal in Commander, Brawl, not legal. Sorry, Vintage, Legacy, and it's played in Legacy, and it's played in a few decks. It's got flash and it's got reach. When it enters the battlefield, target player puts all the cards from their graveyard on the bottom in a random order. This was like so much better than. Want to know why this card's good? It's so much better than Gaia's Blessing. It does the whole graveyard. It gives you that shuffle effect, that Eldrazi just shuffle everything in at instant speed. It just like it does a Michael Jordan spin move around the exile your graveyard effect if your opponent tries to pull it on you. It's a 3/4 creature. It can definitely just come into play and act as a beater. It's played in Modern and Crashing Footfall, so that's where, you know, that deck is just so predominant in the metagame, the Cascading Footfalls, the Rhinos deck. So this is a deck that's playing it. Let's see what's this deck? 11, 3, and 1. 8th place. Grand Open Qualifier Trieste. Trieste. Grande Open Qualifier Trieste. This one is 11, 3, and 1 for this version of the Rhinos deck. So that's why that card is seeing a tick up in price. I'd say, how is it? It's come down a little bit, really. Respectively, it's come down just a touch. It was as high as, let me see here, as high as $40 when it first come out, and then it tested that and regained a little bit of ground when we ran into Dominaria Remastered. And then now it's still sitting around the $40 mark. Are we going to see a reprint? It's quite possible. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see a reprint anytime soon. But nevertheless, this is a playable card. I like it. I'm not willing to pay $40 for it. I would open packs instead. What do you think? Is Endurance worth the $40? Skithrix, the Blight Dragon. This card's really freaking amazingly interesting because it's up 10%. It's $26. It was from Scars of Mirrodin, and the foil version, like it's 4 or something multiplier. It's $102 for the foil. It's been reprinted in double masters, which is also even more money than the Scars of Mirrodin. This thing I thought was just binder fodder, trade fodder, but it seems like with the, in fact, this card has just been going up in price. 5 mana, 2 black and 3 for this 4/4 legendary creature dragon skeleton. I guess you could build this as your commander. Like, it's the biggest, beefiest, beatiest commander except for the Blightsteel Colossus in a color that qualifies to play Infect. So why not? Let's do it. Okay. It's like, it's flying, it's dragony, it's 4/4, it's got Infect, it's got black. Skithris, the Blood Dragon, gains haste, so you can just, and you can pay 2 to regenerate it, which is right on flavor with black. I like this card. I thought it was binder fodder. I was digging through to see if I had any extra copies of it that I could send to the buy list. This thing might even go up more if it doesn't see a reprint. The printings of it from Scars of Miriton, Double Masters, and the list give it enough circulation that it's $26. It is a namesake mono black commander. Let's see what we're doing here with this. It's played in Atraxa, the Dragon, of course. This can finish off opponents when it's hard to get to them. It does the infecting thing, so that always, like, if you can put this onto the battlefield and get in from the command zone very quickly with haste, it does 4, and it can finish opponents off pretty interesting. You've got Flensermite, all cards with infect. Flensermite. It's Flensermite. Yeah? You got some Flensermite in behind your ear? Yeah, this morning? Okay, Ironclaw Mirror, Necropede, all these little infect guys. Plague Mirror, Plague Stinger, Contagious Worm, Ichor Rats, Phyrexian Digester, Septic Rats, Whispering Spectre, Blackcleave Goblin, Core Powder, Corpse Cure, Fresh Eater, Hand of the Praetors. But that's not even the best part. There's Tutors, Howl from Beyond, Undying Evil. So, like, we're just running 1/1s. Phyrexian Juggernaut, 5/5, attacks each turn if able. And then we're like ramping these guys up to give it like extra beef on their swing and trample, so we can just get through and infect people. Target creature gains indestructible, put a 1/1 counter, skeletal scrying, supernatural stamina, blight dragon. So it's a build around card. That's why Skithris is seeing a couple bucks. Any of you folks playing it? It's so far down the commander want list for me that I don't think I really care about it. But with Infect being printed, I guess a lot of people have drawn interest to this card. I'm not all that interested in it. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you like Skithris? Is it worth 20 bucks? Or are you just going to wait till he sees a reprint or you get him cheaply? Because I'm not willing to go out and buy Skithris just to build mono black Infect. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for stuff to come down in price. I'm literally waiting for these third quarter and fourth quarter results from Hasbro to get discounts. This is where the play is, and I've been saying it over and over and over again. This is Brody's play, Brody's take, Brody's clip. If you are new to Magic and you're tuning in here with all the commotion that's going on, we're going to see turmoil and until there's some changes in the organization, and that doesn't include firing 1,000 people and saying, okay, we solved the problem. Until we see some serious course correcting, and the fourth quarter earnings of Hasbro come out, and maybe even now the first quarter, we're talking 6 months or 9 months into this year, we want to see that price of Hasbro stock and where it's going to go, how much or little support their new products are going to have on Amazon or local game stores, and then the card shops, the big ones. I'm talking about I'd rather burn it all or pin it to the wall or burn it all down, just like Channel Fireball. A few of those large card shops that are sitting on massive amounts of inventory of reserve list cards and equity, old staples, 93, 94 stuff, are going to have to eventually put them on sale, and we're going to be picking them up at a discount. So do it with me here, folks. Let's check out this list. Ragavan, this sucker, if you don't have, look at this, $82. I'm surprised it never got banned. Another card from Modern Horizons 2, right? Why would you spend 40 bucks on a pack of, why would you spend 40 bucks on Endurance when you could spend 80 bucks on Ragavan? Oh my gosh. I'd rather open it. I'd rather stick a needle in my eye than go out and buy a playset of Ragavan. I really would. There's a lot of other things I would rather do. But this card's 80 bucks. He's a Savannah Lions. He's a 2/1. And I was talking to Ms. Alfonso before. The stats of a 2/1. Now what do we get for 1 mana? For 1 mana, we used to get a Savannah Lions, which was a 2/1. Now we get an extra large Slurpee, a cheeseburger, a combo with an extra large fry, a Sloppy Joe, a Long John, 3 helpings of an ice cream sandwich, a treasure token, and a card off of the top of your opponent's library, and you get to poke your finger in their opponent's eye. Ragavan does all that for $82.18. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token, and you get to exile the top player, that player's card off their library. Until end of turn, you can cast that card. Are you serious? for 1 mana. And guess what? That's not even the best part. You can dash him out. You can pay 1 red and 1, and he gets haste, and you can just cast them for his dash cost, and it goes back into your hand and in a turn. So you can sneak this out onto the battlefield, smack somebody, get a treasure, take something out of their deck, eat their ice cream sandwich, grab their lunch out of the fridge, eat that too, and just laugh. And that's why it's $82. It's played in modern. It's a top tier deck. It's also played in Murktide region. It's probably I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. What else? Can I get a 2/1 for half a mana? I want two 2/1s for 1 mana. That's where I'm going. Oh my goodness. Brody Alfonso's here to give you this price trending. Ragavan? Yes, of course. Are we tired of hearing about Ragavan? Let's talk about people busting venerated Rot Priest. Now there's another card for 1 mana. Something's got to see a Banhammer here, like the Banhammer. If left unchecked. The days of predicting what cards will do moving forward are gone. Until Watchies changes the company direction. You will buy some cards that will go up and some will go down. Similarly, trying to time the market, selling, you will experience the same effect. The current era of overprinting and printing, I believe, trying to time the market for card value will likely lead to sadness. Well, it's all about time in the market, Bob. And if you've been doing this for any period of time, I'm not talking a couple of weeks. I've been doing this for a number of years, and like the collection speaks for itself. Like really, I mean, if I would like, I would I would almost like I'd like to compare uh price paid for like current market value of anybody's collections. I mean, it's an interesting conversation. For me, it's more about the fun. Certain cards that I want to play that are fun, like for example, Ragavan. Ragavan, yeah, it's a heck of a lot of fun. Is it $80 of fun to play this card? I think they're overpricing the fun, right? This is the addiction. This is the allure. This is the hype that Wizards tries to attach a price tag to. So now, like, you can take a card like Library of Alexandria that you tap it and like if you have 7 cards in your hand, you get to draw one. Okay, to me that seems really, really good. Like, but there's like the downside of it can only be played in this format. It's not legal in Commander. It's only legal in Canadian Highlander. But like, if that's the type of fun you want to have, then it's probably worth picking up a copy of it. But Ragavan seems like overpriced fun to me at this point. And chasing modern metagame and just buying the latest deck that comes out, buying into the latest deck and selling out, it's a vicious circle. It's purposely engineered that way to take advantage of new players. Like the whole game is engineered. Like this is where I would slightly disagree with you, Bob, because the entire game and the release of products is engineered to be predatory on players who are willing to trade in the cards from the last rotation just to get the newest cards in the modern metagame or in the standard rotation. So the whole that's built into the game on purpose. So if that is designed and built into the game, then you can design a strategy where that doesn't affect you as and I think that's far worse than what I'm talking about. Like you can get inherent like just like the counterbalance card, and that's why I like to keep a couple of losers on hand. It's a card I bought because I wanted to play it. It looked like so much fun, and like the Banhammer happened, and then all of a sudden it's like this card is like it's worthless. You can't use it, right? There's like you could it still says $20 on the buy list. Somebody will give you $20 for it, but you can't play it. So like at that point it's like we're zero. It's almost the effect of going to zero, right? So if you've seen that market cycle and it's easy to get caught up in it, and if you're new to Magic and you're just starting with standard and you're like I'm going to get into modern and you see the writing on the wall because you played the legacy cards when they were printed and you played the old modern cards when you were printed, and now you're still playing standard at F&M because you want to get new cards. If you've seen that, then you might take certain measures into your own hands to prevent falling into that perpetual print run cycle that is engineered into the game in order to drain your wallet in exchange for like some hot fun on a Friday night. Okay. So that's what we're talking about, to preserve the fun factor. Like, I guess if you're like independently wealthy and like you can buy the next Ragavan every single time the next one gets printed, and when this one goes to $20 because it's either being outclassed or outdashed, you don't care, you just flog it, then fine. I mean, that's totally cool too. I hope you're watching, and I hope you hit the like button and the subscribe button. I really do. I've seen enough of Ragavan this morning, and I'm pretty sure you folks have too. Have I taken all your treasure yet? Look at this guy, the butcher. Now here's a card that I opened. Like I this is the thing. Like Tom was talking about early this morning. Tom's talking about a really good comment in the comment section this morning. Tom was talking about a card just to look at, to see if maybe it's going to see a reprint. Arc Fiend of Despair. Is it ripe for a reprint? See, here's somebody who's wise and taking a look. It's like, is this card gonna? Is it potential that I should not lose sight of the fact that maybe I should be patient and wait for that card to get reprinted and get it on sale. Maybe I should be patient because the market is cyclical in reserve list cards and in old school cards and old school staples, the same way it's cyclical in standard and modern rotations. It's just the cycles take longer to happen. And if you're watching the channel and you want to make some money, and by money I mean funny, you want to put the fun in your collection by having the cards that do the fun things, and usually those are the ones that cost the most. We've been looking at this stock chart. Now, this is proof. I mean, I didn't make this chart. It came out in 1875, but it's like it's a trend, right? So like if you're new to Magic, it's kind of hard to spot the trends and be like, oh well, that card's going to be worthless soon. Why? Well, because standard is gonna rotate. It's gonna rotate. So like if you've been sold down the road so many times, like we're looking, some of these trends could be 3 years, 6 years, 2 years at a time to recur the same trend over, right? So we've been looking at this chart and we're sitting right here at the bottom of hard times in the financial market, 2023, and this chart has been surprisingly accurate. So we're like dug in here. I'm like literally going to be showing everybody this chart until the end of the year. Periods when to make money. A, B, and C, you got years that panics have ensued. Oh, this chart goes all the way back to 1927, and there's literally an algorithm written in here, and everybody's talking about AI and algorithms and how it's new. Algorithms aren't new. Here's an algorithm from 1875 that was printed in the back of a hardware newspaper, right? Because if you think, I'm kidding, 18 years, 20 years, 16, 18, 20, 16, 18, 20, 16, and it goes on and on and on. You can extrapolate this, and it's surprisingly accurate to depict years of which certain panics will ensue. And like 1981 there was a crash, 1999 there's something that happened significantly there. We're not going to talk about that on the show, but the fact is that there's certain 65 45, we're talking about, there's been things happening in countries, and then years of good times. This is this B here. So you got 1999 particularly good, 2007 particularly good, 2016 particularly good, and then like we're going years of hard times. 2023, we're like literally in the year of hard times. If you don't think we are, just take a look at these prices. It's going to be coming back in 2026. So I want to see how this correlates to not just the stock market, but to the card market, because I'm thinking that we're going to see certain stocks take a tumble for a little while longer, Hasbro being one of them, and that these stores that are sitting on inventory of these vintage cards and legacy cards, like this is their inventory. They're going to have to sell this to pay rent. Once they can't pay rent, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to turn to the cases with all the cards, and they're going to be like 40% off all dual lands. It's coming. Just wait. Hear me out. I'll just be patient. Okay, if and if that doesn't sound good to you, then like just average down. Buy one. Don't go all in. Just buy one. Buy like the plateau or one of the lower end ones. This is a card I waited on, and I finally got it in a pack, and I'm happy I did because it saw a reprint, and I never played in Rise of the Eldrazi. I didn't, but I caught this card in Ultimate Masters at a draft. Okay, so like that and Liliana of the Veil, two cards that I never bought the OG printing of until like I opened it. Okay, so Kozlik Butcher of the Truth, he was really expensive from Rise of the Eldrazi. It was like 80, $90 at the time, and I want to kind of just pick up on that one here for a second here because I want to go back all the way. Yeah, so this one going back all the way to Rise of the Eldrazi in in and around Strixhaven. This card was $50 or $60 back in cons, and then like $70, $100 in Strixhaven. And like if you want to buy it, sure, for $39, but there's just certain stuff that you know when you open it out of a pack, it feels like winning. So this one's got Annihilator 4. It's a good one. If you play any type of deck that requires a shuffle effect that we talked about on Endurance, this will give it to you when Kozlik is put into the graveyard from anywhere. Its owner shuffles his or her graveyard into the library. When it cast it, draw 4 cards, so that's really great. I play this in Titan. It'll be played in Amulet Titan. Now, it's not even listed here. It's played in Commander. It's also Mono Green Tron. So there you go. Pretty much Titan. Because we're playing Sylvan Scrying, we're playing Ancient Stirrings, we're playing all the Wormcoil engines the money could buy, and of course we're playing the Urzalanth. The Tron is playing this. It's an awesome card to Tron into. Kozlik, the Butcher of Truth. You can also play it with 12 posts. It seems good. Seems really good. Until WotC changes the reprint overprint company policies, I can only see continued downward pressure. It's possible they may tighten print runs without saying it. Doubt it. Yeah, we don't know. That's the thing. We're waiting. We're waiting for some market data, and it's going to be a wait and see thing. But until that happens, I'm just waiting right here. And I'm going to be checking these card prices every day, and I want to wake up one day with you folks and be like, "Holy smokes! Look at that!" Like literally, life is like that. Like if you sit in the same place and wait long enough, opportunity will come along. Michael Superbacker, how are you doing this morning? I'm so glad you're here to join us this morning. We got Elish Norn, the Grand Cenobite. We're up on the top of the list. Solar Gods in the house. All the folks joining us here this morning. We're going to be on just for another couple of minutes. We're just running this movers and the shakers list here this morning. Contagion engine. We've seen enough of Elish Norn this last month. Like, holy moly. When Contagion engine enters the battlefield, put a -1/-1 counter on each target creature player controls. Wow. Proliferate, then proliferate again. Choose any number of permanents or players. Give each number. All right. So don't be fooled by this Contagion engine and a bunch of other cards that are like gonna go hog wild because, and this is what I think Bob is talking about. It's impossible to like figure where all this stuff is gonna land because it's so speculative at this point. To say, oh yeah, this card's going to go up because proliferate. We haven't even seen anything get banned yet. Let's wait for bannings to happen because there may be something getting banned. Like, let's give it a few weeks for the set to get out and like go around and like see where all the busted mechanics are, and then some of these cards that are like proliferating and speculating on like Atraxa cards, like let's see where this ends up. Even if it gets banned in Commander, it might be a while for something to be ban-worthy in Commander, but there may be no other way around it. Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons, Yawgmoth. I would see the Skithrix deck would be playing this too because it's colorless. So a card that works with Skithrix. Elish Norm again. Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre. The Eldrazi seeing a bump up in price. What are we going to do to beat this Phyrexian? Is it the Eldrazi that comes to the table? I think we only have a couple of choices now. When you cast Ulamog the Infinite Gyre, destroy a permanent, indestructible, Annihilator 4. When it's put into a graveyard, its owner shuffles it into hand. I think anything that shuffles into the graveyard is definitely uh, got to be worth including in a deck at least somewhere. I cannot see a way around that other than getting the newest set in very limited numbers at release when waiting for Amazon dumps for relative bargain hunting. See, that's another thing I like it just like it's not top of mind is like the Amazon dumps, right? So that's a good like canary in the coal mine. If we start like seeing some Amazon dumps, that's going to be like throwing gasoline on the fire, right? Because it's going to signal to players that there's blood in the water over at Hasbro and things are not going well. Overall, Brody, do you see the market conditioning starting to turn around and head back up, or are we still near the bottom price wise? We're the bottom's not in yet. It's not. Like everybody's saying that Bitcoin's on its way up. It's over 20,000 again. Be aware. There was 450 trillion dollars that moved in and like for 3 days. This is gonna cops are gonna come when I say this. $450 trillion that moved for 3 days, and I'm talking about 450 trillion each day, or billion. Sorry, 450 billion. It's still a lot. 1.5 trillion in November of last year. Okay, and that money hasn't even re-entered the market. Okay, so if you think that it's gonna stay where it is, you're kidding yourself because it's like the guy with half the that owns it's like if you go let's just imagine this. We go to Magic 30. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. We go to Magic 30, right? And we're like, yeah, I'm having a good time. We're hanging out. Everything's great. Look at all these vendors. They've got all these cards. And then somebody walks in and buys half of everything at all the vendor shops. Just like, right down the middle, just takes half and is like, I'm buying all this. And it just gone. And then the rest of us are sitting around going, hey, what just happened here? All this whatever just disappeared from the market. What do you think that's going to do to the prices of cards? Now, we don't have double the money to pay for this. So the price kind of just stays right where it is for a while until that person decides what they're going to do with their half. Whether they're going to hold on to it, burn it, throw it away, or resell it. That's where we're at. We're waiting for the other shoe to drop. There's like a whole like at least half the market who hasn't even decided if they're coming back to the market or if they're going to other markets. So that's kind of where we're at. Is an indecision that nobody's moved all in yet. Nope, I can see it if you look at it. If you looked at some charts. But let's talk about this chart. So the Twiddler, I do not believe the bottom is in yet. I don't. And calling bottoms is like not even a I mean even averaging down is your best bet. Okay, even if you're trying to time a bottom, like over time timing a bottom, like you can stand there and try and catch a knife, like just like squeeze it, but like you're better off just to like let it hit the ground, clang around, bang around, and then just like pick it up for cheap. You'll know. You'll know. You'll look and be like, now is the time because you'll be standing there and you'll be like Brody and you'd be standing there looking at the showcase with 40 Bazaar of Baghdad's for 400 bucks a piece, and you're buying Black Lotus. Okay, that's how you'll know. It'll be that obvious. You'll be like, no, the bottom's in on this. You'll know. Phyrexian Crusader, this is the black one. There was actually a deck built around this. Okay, there's the Mirran Crusader, which is the white one that's got protection from black and from green. This is the Phyrexian Crusader, and this is a sleeper card. This is a come from behind card that somebody included in a deck, and it actually started winning at tournaments. Nobody expected it. They threw the sword on it, and it's like it's like a win out of nowhere card. I don't know why. This creature deals damage in the form of -1/-1 counters. Ah, because it has infect. Okay, so all these cards that are moving right now, because the new hotness, Atraxa, Infect, anything. It sounds like anything. Just put Infect on a card and the price goes up, right? Don't be fooled by that, folks. All right. Dariel, the King of Keldor. This is a card that I think has a little bit more long-term strength. And at anyone, it's soldier support. Whenever you're dealt damage, create that many white soldier creature tokens. And I could see, like, let's take a stability of game mechanics. Which do you like more? Okay, and you could buy either one. You could buy Phyrexian Crusader, Okay, here's a 2-2 for 2 black and 1. And it just went up. You know, we might have bought it for, 16 bucks. Okay. Or there's Dariel, King of Keldor. So what mechanic seems a little bit more stable long term? You've got the Crusader that, if we see a banning in the new set, is probably going to affect the price. Or we got Darien that works with one of the oldest cards in the game, Jade Statue. And this card didn't do Jade Monolith, rather. Works with one of the oldest cards in the game, Jade Monolith. And this card, whenever you may take damage done to any creature onto yourself instead, but you must take all of it. Source of the damage is unchanged. And then when you combine this with this, whenever you're dealt damage, you may put that many 1/1 white soldier creatures tokens onto the battlefield. Like me, I like the Jade Monolith as an investment better for $14 than I do the Phyrexian Crusader, because the simple fact they're the same price, but like look at the stability of the effect on these cards. Like this is like way better. Michael Superbacker, good morning, Ted. Good morning, Brody. Good morning, Bob. Operations has changed drastically over the past 3 years at Wizards of the Coast. Well, see, they're onto us here, folks. Operations has changed drastically in the past 3 years. I hope so. Past performance is not a good gauge of future success, but piss poor planning prevents poor performance. The 5 P's. Piss poor planning prevents poor performance. And when you have the same people planning the same party over and over again, it's time to maybe get a new party planner instead of like having this recurring nightmare. I don't know. Let's check out some comments from you folks. Super chats and chats. Good thing I have 5,000 vintage cards. Ooh. Nice. I'm glad you do. It's hard to fit valuable cards into your game. I really want to build a cube, okay? I want to build a cube. Crusader all day, protection from burn. It's really good. People were slotting that in decks like out of nowhere and just crushing modern events. It's Tuesday. All you folks and fans, Alfonzonians, for tuning in. We're tracking the prices of Magic cards here, talking a little tech, talking a little deck tech, talking a little bit of price trends, movers, shakers, a couple of fun and fantastic events here on the channel. I thank you all for joining us all up until the hour. I'm Brody Alfonso. I'll talk to you again real soon.